Hi, I'm Kinara, and today I want to talk about my exhibition, Pop Figuradelic Volume 2. Pop, the name Pop comes from the movement, from the starting of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and it was and 80s was pop from popular, and pop in the colors and pop in the themes. So it's quite evident what pop is standing for. And Figuradelic comes from I was telling people which genre I was painting for about 10 years ago. I said, I'm painting like psychedelic, figurative psychedelic, figurative psychedelic, figurative psychedelic. And then so I suppose my partner at that time, he's like, yeah, you're painting figuradelic. Okay, so he said, he invented the word, yeah, figuradelic. I said, okay, it's cool. I was wanting figuradelic, so the house figure as in realism, as in representative, something you can recognize and understand. And then you have psychedelic, is psyche is like mind manifest, delic manifest, psychedelic mind manifest. So it's just something that you are kind of creating from beyond the mind, to put it in short. Hence the name Pop Figuradelic. But Volume 2 is new because this exhibition is come to life with the canvas that I had at the beginning of 2019, autumn 2019. And then I was trying so many ideas, and I had so many I love new names, I love new concepts, I love new themes. And it was running my crazy head around. I want to make something, I spin it every other way, and I just, fuck it, I said, now I'm gonna do it. I just started painting, and I paint half of the paintings, I lay out some themes, and I realized really not before, just 1.5 years later, 1 year later, in the beginning of this process, I see, well, I am actually making what I was making in 2013. The exhibition Pop Figuradelic I made then. So I see, wow, this is actually edition number 2. This is my second try, because I love those themes that I already put on that exhibition. So I'm using, without my knowledge, I'm just open to feel which kind of paintings want to come through. I see and I feel the same kind of themes, surprisingly, to my. So I just realized I didn't really put it. It's decided itself. It's Pop Figuradelic 2, Volume 2. So that's the name of the exhibition. Now, there are some, I'll just update number 1, how it was and how it went, a little briefly, so you can understand how that was. Let's see if I can put it short. Okay. Actually, Pop Figuradelic 1, I can say 1, just so we can distinguish and not mix 1 and 2. Pop Figuradelic 1 started in 2013, and actually I was living in Nepal, and I was pregnant with my daughter, and I had this idea. I was going into this idea of what is the best for the eye to view the art, and I was just, it came again and again in huge canvases, like huge shaped oval canvases, because I felt like if you're looking at huge oval canvases like this, your eyes will just, soothe into the impression. So so I was in Nepal, and I was like, okay, I'm getting the canvas. And so I got the canvas, and then I was like, oh how I'm gonna get this oval. So I walked up to my neighbor. He was a tailor, old tailor living up on a hill with a beautiful tree and view. Had some chickens and goats, and he was sitting with his sewing machine. So I said, can you please make this canvas like this, oval? And I made a drawing, and he cut it up like this and like this, and he sewed it together in a beautiful, huge, like I think it was 2.5 meter times 1.5, 2 maybe. And so I got big canvas, and then I was like, okay, how I'm gonna put it? And then I will experience, like I did with the Tanka painting. Sorry, I'm going into details here. Bear with me, okay? I'm coming somewhere, or you can just skip it and do something else. I don't care. So, because I really love this idea. It's beautiful and I want to do it. But anyways, this is the canvas which I was using for Figuradelic one. So I'm coming somewhere. Okay. And so I got this big, beautiful canvas in the oval shape. And I was like, oh, I have to put it up. How can I do that? So I went and I lived at the Tibetan Tanka painter. And I could see how the Tanka painters use their canvases. They have this canvas, and then they have a wooden frame, and then they sew it together with huge, like this, lines around, tailored. And I was like, okay, sure, I can do that if I get an iron frame. So I went to Pokhara in the main city there, and I looked for some iron, what do you call it? You know, and then I said, I want big, thick, like these iron frames for this canvas. I want a round iron frame. Okay, so they made this huge iron frame, and I put the canvas on, and I tailor it like this around. And I was like, no, I need some big easel. So I got the bamboo maker to make a huge bamboo easel for this huge construction. So, and then I just like put it on the rooftop where I lived and started painting. And then we moved, and then I put it in the garden and I started painting. And then we had to move again. We kind of overstayed our visa, in Nepal a little bit. Like we had some problems, we stayed a little bit too long and stuff. So I said, fuck it, I'm not gonna make this painting finished. It's not gonna be how I like. So I cut it up, and I cut it up into like about 13, it became 13 paintings. And I cut it up, and we traveled to Thailand, and I kept painting in Thailand, and then we traveled to Cambodia. And then when we got to Cambodia, we moved into a house, and then I look around in town, and we traveled some in Cambodia, but then we go up to Siem Reap, where the Angkor Wat temple was. And I get to know some Angkor Wat painters, they love painting the temples and stuff. And I asked this guy, like, do you know somebody who could put canvas onto the frames? This is not really my favorite job to do, to stretch the canvas and put them on the frame. So I asked this guy, and he was like, yeah, sure, I hook you up with someone. And he took these pieces of canvas and put them together onto the new frames, and it all became different sizes and stuff, and I loved it. And then we moved into a house. I was like, oh shit, this is beautiful. And I realized, fuck, it's like we'd be seeing the sewer, and I started painting, and I was painting, and I was like, I've been painting on these themes a while, and it's just like the sewer is just like, it's monsoon time, and it's just rising, and I'm like, fuck, we have to move and stuff. But it's like that feeling when you have an exhibition, and actually, you lived beside the sewer system in Cambodia, and you're like, shit, is my fucking exhibition gonna be flooded with shit? It's kind of a fucked up thing. Anyways, you just like, what the painters do, you fucking paint. And that was what I did. So I painted them finished, and I had like a couple of, like one painting, and then I was finished. I said, okay, let's move the fuck away from here. And then I took my kids. Then my daughter was like 1 year, and my son 4, and I took them over the border with the canvas down to Bangkok, and then traveled back to Norway. And I come to my mom, and I take the exhibition with me. My man couldn't come with me at that time. He didn't have a visa, and so I go alone. And I was like, okay. And was giving titties to my baby girl, and I said like before I got kids, I said like, okay, how long I want to really use my titties for them? I said 1.5 years, and then I was like, okay, now it's 1 year and 2 months. But you know, I have to go to Oslo and look for the paintings. I said, okay, buy my little cutie pie here. So for 1 week, you have to stop the milk now because mom's gonna go and look for galleries. And so I did. I had this roll of the canvas, Pop Figuradelic, on my back. My mom helped me to sew a really like black suitcase like this, big, huge one. And I put it on my back and I go to Oslo. And in Oslo, I have a girlfriend, and she's like, oh, well, I'm busy. And I'm like, okay. So I kind of go out on town with the shit on my back. I don't have any money or place to stay. I meet some people on the town, we drink. I roll up my canvases on the middle of on the pub, on the restaurant, on the club, you know, show my paintings. Anyways, I go next day and I'm like, go to the cinema. I remember I see these Hunger Games. I go alone and watch the movie Hunger Games with this big canvas roll. I feel like I was going with a weapon. Anyways, and then I go to different galleries and they're like, nah. I make some small appointments. No. Really like kind of a empty feedback. Just one feedback I got from one gallery. It was a really cool one, and it's like, they said, your art is mysterious. And I was like, mysterious? Okay, I can take that. I can take that. I can be mysterious, that's okay, it's beautiful. Okay, you don't like it, that's okay. But mysterious, I like that feedback, because the other ones was kind of empty, you know. I don't like empty feedback. Give me all kind of feedback. Don't give me empty feedback. Say it's shit. I don't like because this. I don't, you know. But no, it was empty. Someone said it's mysterious. This is too mysterious. It's okay. Mysterious for me, it means you don't understand it, and if you don't understand it, that's okay. That's okay. So, anyways, the exhibition. I realized in Norway, wow, I haven't been back here in 10 years. And it's like, I don't have any network. I don't have any, you know, I don't know this gallery scene. I don't know. I'm just like a wild savage from the East coming back to the West in kind of a culture shock. And, you know, it's always, I've been growing up a little bit in India and here and there. And I've always been traveling back and forth. And here it's always kind of like sorry to say, but it's depressive to come back here because everything is very systematic and it's very like a strict and it's like rules and it's all this very systematic stuff. So, you know, when I realized I can't do this art, I don't really have a website even, or I'm not very structured, I must admit. So anyways, Pop Figuradelic didn't work out, and I learn a lot. I'm grateful for that. I always do. If I fail, I love to see what I did wrong and learn from it. It's always great. But so I take my canvases because my man at that time still couldn't come to Norway. So I go back to India and I leave some 2-3 paintings here. I take the rest with me again, and now they are scattered around the world. And you know, some I barter, some I sold, and some I give as gifts also. So that's what happened with Pop Figuradelic. Popped off like this, and that's the success of my first solo show. And you might be like, well, that wasn't really a show, girl. And I was like, you know, it was. For me, it was. I don't live by your standards. I live by my standard. My standard is I made an effort and energy to put into one feel of the energy of one collective painting show, narratives going into each other. It was so for me, that was my first show in 2013. You know, I showed it to a lot of people. I always like to show my art anyways. To also, when I was traveling, I show my art, you know. I like this. This is also the point, because I like I love art myself, and I think also if I meet someone artist, I would love to see their art, and I love to inspire and entertain and give, you know. So give for myself, like I'm doing now. I'm actually putting my heart on the table for you to understand a little bit about the project I'm doing now. So let's go back to, I don't know what we can take out from Pop Figuradelic 1. It was an intense journey, and I had beautiful support from my man. Now he's not with us anymore, but he was very supportive of me. He was one of my greatest fans, and just to have that one fan, you know, maybe sometimes that's just enough, you know, somebody who actually supports you and like keeps saying, hey, you're doing great, it looks beautiful, it looks great, you know, and that's it. Okay, and so I see now, and I felt like it is Figuradelic. Pop Figuradelic is coming back. I love it. I love the idea of mixing figurative with psychedelic. Psychedelic has been long like a hated kind of a theme. People are a little bit scared of it. I think people are a little bit exposed to it, and I actually, my name is Kinara, and Kinara is kind of me in a transition, and sometimes I see myself as a transition between maybe these over psychedelic not comprehensible world. Actually, maybe I can dim it down to the tactile narrative, art history, and because I'm classical trained, and some of my greatest masters are like from previous masters are from like Leonardo da Vinci, Rembrandt, Raphael, Botticelli. I love those old masters, and I saw a little earlier again Tamara de Lempica. I like Artemisia was also a beautiful inspiration in female, like Tamara, and you have some contemporary like Odd Nerdrum, and Jenny Saville has like a really rough brush strokes, and it's not like let me think, contemporary artists, figurative, yeah, there's a lots of them, and but more so my inspirations from my mentors, which I met on the way, is like it's like my mentor is like people. I have lots of people who really cared when I asked them questions, and I feel so grateful to having learned from so many great people along the road. I can make a whole YouTube on that. not YouTube, I mean like a video on it, but this is not what it's about. Let's go back to Pop Figuradelic, because that's where I'm at. So I'm here now, and I just finished one of my first paintings for the exhibition. I already exhibited, and I will show you maybe how it will frame back to how I will do this, because I'm not assigned to a gallery. And it's not like I tried so hard either to get the gallery, because, you know, it's like right now we are in Corona world. It's 7th of May 2021, and who knows where this world is going. So I'm just thinking also how can we make art, and how can we be for the people also. I'm not gonna just sit here and make digital art. I want to exhibit it somehow, and I have an idea. So bear with me. My time is coming to I will, if you keep following me, I will show you how I'm thinking and perceiving to also keep it real in real life. But as for them, I want to say that the format I'm doing is 1 meter by 120 which is perfect, brilliant. I'm very happy with the format, the size of it. So it's one, and I will keep it to oil colors because that's where my home's at. Oil colors, I love. And I will make maybe a little movie about each painting. The time, well, I started on some will have a rougher stroke, some will have more rendered strokes, so it will be, maybe it can be, each painting is gonna be coming one by one, not like I pictured in the beginning that I would make everyone like a domino effect at the end to make them together finish, but I will do one by one, and as I come I will present one by one. How long it's gonna take? Maybe from 1 week to 3 months, maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. And what prizes? Oh yeah, prizes. You know what? It's pandemic times, what to do? As long as we artists stay alive, I think the price should go up and up. If it's a kind of a Hunger Game feels to this, that's the only logic I can see, because anyways, the logic is kind of evaporated in 2020 for my sake. I've seen very little logic in the last thing, but for my logic, if you want to really be logic, that's the logic. The prices will maybe range from 500,000 crowns to 13 million crowns. Who knows? It's like my humbleness will not be in the prices, and I have humbleness in my spirituality. I can feel this is where my humbleness is my humbleness is, if it wouldn't be me doing these paintings or this art, then someone else would be there. This is humbleness. I'm just a catalysator, and I'm just a manifestation of someone else, something else, and together we are creating some kind of a field of co-creation. So you can say that's humble. And also about the prizes, you can say that I'm a feminist, and I'm kind of tired that we are not being taken. We have a little bit rough history, and I'm always interested in history. So I don't want to see history repeating, like I don't want to see the heavy history can repeat. Now we are going maybe into, one side is saying golden age, and one side is saying slaves. I don't want to see that history repeating. Let's go for the golden age, and let's go for not glorifying artists when they're dead. That's a morbid kind of a history, like, oh, okay, now the production of that artist is finished, we can pinpoint and we can price it. It's not how it's gonna work. It's gonna work now, who is representing, who's keep going, who is making it, and who's working their butt off. Yes. Because that's what I do. I work my freaking butt off because I love art. And you know what? I need the art to be prima. And when it's prima, that's when you get the prima also. So I put very much seriousness into creating high quality. So I'm really rambling. If you're still listening, I love you so. You are a special soul. So please bear with me for this exhibition of Figuradelic, which will span from a year maybe ahead. Who knows? Maybe, and I also want this maybe can be a help for you to think about something else if you feel times are tough. Because my heart goes out to you, everyone who's having a tough time in these years. I'm also very much activist in my heart, and I am empath, and I can feel with you. So please use this also to enjoy some distraction of something else if you like. So please feel free to comment or ask me anything. I'm here. Okay. Thank you very much.